Hey guys, so we're on NAMM day 3. I woke up with a bit of a tightness in my chest, like I needed to cough, and I have a little bit of a sore throat. And so I know I have gotten sick from my mom or brother. But I'm feeling like, I don't know, like I don't feel like sick yet, but I'm feeling like I'm gonna get sick. So I'm hoping to get through today just fine. If I'm a little sick tomorrow, that's okay too, but I'm mostly worried because I have shows next Saturday. So a week from today, I have a show in Los Gatos, California at a winery. And then that following Sunday, so a week from tomorrow, I have a show at a farmer's market in Belmont. So I'm not as worried about NAMM because it's like there's only a couple of days left. I'll be okay. See, you can hear my voice going a little weird. But I'm mostly worried about these two shows because they're the first shows they're my first shows of 2017 essentially. So we're gonna see how that goes. But I'm dressed in a turtleneck and my shoulders are bare, but it's so warm in the event center. I'm mostly just worried about keeping my chest covered. And I'm wearing my beanie to rep my college, McNally Smith. And I really need to run into some McNally people today. If I don't, it's gonna be ridiculous. So let's hope that happens. But today I'm gonna keep the talking to a minimum, so I'll probably just film cool stuff I see. But yeah, let's see how this goes. I did end up missing the morning session thing because it's I'm not feeling well and I need to put myself first, obviously. But right now I'm gonna head over, go to Starbucks, get a warm drink to kind of soothe my throat and chest, and then head over to a few seminars and then see how the day goes. So yeah, let's go.
When I was 6 years old, I thought if I ran towards the sunset, I'd be running for the rest of my life. I told myself I wouldn't fall for you, but my heart ran before my mind could think it through. And now I'm paralyzed. I wanna tell you how I feel, but I'm too shy. I fell heart first into your story, and I never believed you'd become my everything. You've given me all I'm gonna need. In this life I choose to lead. I fell hard first. Love ain't always easy. Love ain't always sweet. Love ain't always something you can keep. I'm glad we made it. I'm glad we turned out fine. 'Cause after time in hell and back, we came out alright. Oh, oh. So blow me away like a Louisiana hurricane, a twister in the pouring rain. I'm already on my knees, so break down my walls and make me remember what it's like to love without being afraid. 'Cause I'm ready to stay, so blow me away.
Whoa, you turn out fine, but you gotta keep your head up. Oh, and you can let your head down. Hey, you gotta keep your head up. Oh, you can let your head down. Hey, now I'm strong, but though it's hard to remember sometimes, you gotta keep your head up. Oh, you can let your head down. Hey, I got my.
Hey guys, so I'm back from NAMM Day 3, and today, as you can tell, like my voice is getting a little more croaky. I have more of a sore throat now, and I don't really feel like I'm getting a cough, but I think I'm getting it too. So today I was kind of like being a little careful, trying not to talk very much, and so I'm going to keep this short as well. But today, so I went to 3 talks, and they were all very much about the Beatles. One was interviewing Peter Asher, who worked with the Beatles. He also worked with Carole King, James Taylor, and he was Linda Ronstadt's manager, which, like, when I heard that, I was like, so, because, like, that's just, wow. Like, I look up to all those performers, and it was just really awesome to hear him talk about, like, working with them and his role and everything he's done in the music industry, so that was really fun. And then, the next talk was about like how the Beatles and George Martin were just so revolutionary with the technology that was being used at the time, and like the way they recorded their songs, especially like Sgt. Pepper and later. And then the last one was about the recording studios that the Beatles used, because there were multiple like all over England, and just like the setup of all of them and how they all worked. And I thought that was really fascinating because, I mean, I went to music college, so I got to experience many different kinds of studios. And then there's the one I use, you know, back home in California that I'm also very much used to. But it was just really interesting to hear about that and how like things have changed, you know, since the 60s to now. And then for the rest of the day, I kind of just wandered around the floor and I inserted footage about that. I also inserted a bunch of photos because I just saw all these beautiful instruments. I really wanted to take the blue mandolin home, but that was not going to happen. And then I ended the day listening to a couple of Taylor artists, and I did not realize, like I saw on the sign that like Andy Grammer was going to be there, and I didn't quite realize who he was. Like I knew who he was, but I didn't quite realize who he was until I got on stage, and I was like, oh. And he was so good. I mean, the previous guy was great too. Like they were both just amazing. And yeah, then I headed home. And yeah, tomorrow's the last day. I know I'll be meeting up with Witherward, which is a touring band, because they're at NAMM right now, and they just scored an endorsement, which is super cool. Like, yay! I'd clap, but my hand is holding the camera. Yeah, okay. So I'm gonna go listen in on their podcast, and I will try to film some of that if I'm allowed to. And I'm also gonna go to a few seminars. One I think it's either about YouTube or Facebook fans. I think it's YouTube. And then there's I'm deciding between like there's one talk about like songwriting and then another about like protecting your music. I mean like intellectual property kind of stuff, and I'm trying to decide like which one I want to go to because they're at the same time. And then there's a last talk, and it's about like women in the music industry, which is really important to me, and I really want to be there. But at the same time, it's the last hour of NAMM, and I really want to go to Taylor Guitars like one last time and like say bye to everyone and like thank everyone for being so nice and like all of that. So I will see. Maybe I'll go to like the first half and then go say bye, or like I don't know, because NAMM ends a little early tomorrow. It ends at 4 instead of 6 like it's been these last few days. But that's basically what's left for tomorrow, and then Monday my flight leaves at 11:15, so I don't know how much vlogging I'll get in then because it's just gonna be me at the airport and then on a train, but you know, we'll see. But yeah, I think today was the most productive day out of all the days I've been here. Some really exciting things happened. I got to meet Bob Taylor, and that was the highlight of NAMM for me. And it was really nice because I got to walk into the like professional part of Taylor Guitars. There's like the part with like the attendees, and then there's the part for like the business people, and I was allowed to go in there. I didn't know I was allowed to go in there. But yeah, I went in there and I got to see like even more of their guitars, and I got to talk to Bob, and I also got to talk to Kurt, which is really cool. And yeah, that was the highlight of NAMM for me. And yeah, I mean, music things are happening. 2017 is going to be a good year. It's not going to be a year of like releasing new stuff, but it's going to be a year where I think I'm going to really develop who I am as a musician, like where I am right now. And I'm really excited for that. So yeah, I'll see you tomorrow.